When Steve Komphela took over as the head coach of Kaizer Chiefs in June of 2015, Kaizer Chiefs had just won the ABSA Premiership title, and for Amakhosi fans, they were hoping that it would be a continuation of the glory days. Well, it hasn't to be, because in fact, that ABSA Premiership title was the last silverware they have won. Today, we take a closer look at Steve Komphela's tenure at Kaizer Chiefs. A warm welcome and welcome to the second episode of the Football Corner with myself, Obonganowa Dlamini, and of course, I'm joined by my resident guest, Shenge. Shenge, how's it?
Many thanks, boss.
Awesome stuff. Steve Komphela has been under pressure from the beginning of the season up to now. Almost 3 years, still hasn't won a title. Magahambe, or should they give him a new contract?
First and foremost, I would like to greet our viewers. Thanks, Sila Ekhonchila Litiski. To answer your question, hey, Bob Komphela Magahambe. On a serious note, I feel his time has come to an end at Kaizer Chiefs. You know, all good things must come to an end. This season hasn't been a good one for him. Too many draws. I mean, we saw most recently he drew with Amazulu and he's sitting at the 5th position. So for me, this is my own biased view. I say he must leave.
So when Utagahambe, let me just engage with the viewers very quickly. What do you say? Do you agree with him? Or should he stay? I'm of the view that he should stay. And there's a reason why I'm saying this. And I'm going to throw a question back to you. Oguti, he's been involved in almost 6 transfers for Kaizer Chiefs. And I only feel that only recently, they actually went in and bought quality players. The others, not so much. Because his first transfer, they went to Zimbabwe, they got your Mitchell Katsviros, your Chirambandares. We didn't know much about them. And they still haven't done anything for Kaizer Chiefs. So I feel Uguti, the club didn't do enough, didn't support him enough. That's why I say he must stay.
You know, Steve Komphela, when he was signed by Kaizer Chiefs, there were a lot of rumors which they were also going for a person like your Gavin Hunt, your Egerson. Just to sum things up, I feel Steve Komphela and Kaizer Chiefs was a bad business for both parties. You know, they should have went for someone who's got a lot of accolades, because we know as Kaizer Chiefs, they are known for silverware. You know, you're not called the Glamour Boss for nothing. They win a lot of things.
That's true.
When Ubabu Kezamtaung left Pirates and he went abroad, that guy visioned something. He said when he comes back to the country, he wants to create a club that is going to be powerful and is going to win trophies. That is the culture of Kaizer Chiefs. That's their DNA. So I feel it was bad business between Kaizer Chiefs and Komphela to sit on the table and agree with Komphela must take the reins.
I'm glad that you're touching on the issue of Kaizer Chiefs being known as the cup specialists.
Yes.
Under Steve Komphela, they've been to 2 finals. In his first season, they went to the MTN 8 final.
Yes.
They were beaten by Ice Cape Town 1-0. They played in the Telkom knockout. They were beaten by Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yes.
So in both occasions, they came out as runner-ups.
Yes.
But isn't that showing that this guy knows what he's doing, but because they haven't been backing him up, that's why things are like this?
You know, for the first season when he came in, I would say he was reaping what Stuart Baxter sowed, because most of those guys, Stuart Baxter, you know. So he went twice as a runner-up because of Abafana Baga Stuart Baxter. So Mina, judging this season, the 3rd season that he's having with the club, it's where I see what, you know, Ubabu Komphela, Iyamhluli Chiefs. Not because he's a bad coach. No. That man has vast of experience. You know, he's been there with Ibafana Bafana at some stage. You know, he had a short stint with Yoni Kaizer Chiefs in 93 before he went to abroad. So I think it wasn't right for a club like Kaizer Chiefs. That is why I'm saying to the viewers, there was a coach like Gavin Hunt and Egerson, whom the club should have went for, but they sat and said, no, we'll stick with Ubabu Komphela.
But if you're going to talk about Gavin Hunt is not the type of guy that is known for playing entertaining football. I mean, you're Kaizer Chiefs at the end of the day, one of the biggest football clubs in the Southern Hemisphere. and in just Africa as a whole, Kaizer Chiefs is known. Would you rather go for Gavin Hunt, who's going to play... Well, his football is not that entertaining, no disrespect to him, but even the 3 titles that he won with Super Sport, they weren't playing entertaining football. So with Chiefs, when they're looking for a coach, obviously they look for someone who will play entertaining football and bring the results as well.
To answer that, I feel Kaizer Chiefs has never had a style of play. This is my own opinion. They've never had a style of play. They have had players before who were star players like your Jabu Pule, your Thabo Moki, your Dr. Kumar. But
like
Uskarangobes. Those players, individually, they were good. They were multi-talented. But Chiefs, on its own, wasn't playing that mesmerizing football at all. So, bona bafuna nje umuntu ozobanikeza the title. And that is why I'm going back in history. Uguti, Ubabu Kaizer, when he came back from abroad, he sat down, he organized a group of friends, Kaizer Chiefs, and then balhlanganisa. I mean, there was Pirates, there was Jomo Cosmos, there were many teams at that time, but Chiefs izalwe kamuva inamakhaps amaningi because this man said, "Ngifuna nje ukuwina. I don't care ukuthi ngiwina kanjani. Yes, there will be flair, but ngifuna ukuwina." So Chiefs culture is not about like Pirates.
Entertaining football.
Yeah, entertaining. If you want entertaining football, go to Pirates. You'll find entertaining football. That is why they went for Igasant. I mean, Igasant wayeqeda ukuwina ileague now. Hoy, bayiviva bayemefe, bamlanda. But thanks for giving us the title, but you didn't win it as Pirates should.
That was 2002.
That was in 2002. So Kaizer Chiefs is known for winner cup specialist. That is why I'm saying they should have went for Igasant. They should have went for Gavin Hunt because Nishono Stratbacks are coming to Kaizer Chiefs. He didn't have anything, but he won some things with Kaizer Chiefs.
We're going to come back to the issue of Stuart Baxter and obviously the trophies that he won for Kaizer Chiefs. He won 2 titles in 3 seasons. We're going to come back to that towards the end of this discussion. But here's the question now. Who is to blame for what is happening at Kaizer Chiefs? Do you blame the club? Do you blame the players? Because at the end of the day, they are the ones that are on the field that they have to do the job. Or do you blame the coach? Who's to blame exactly?
I blame the club. I seriously blame the club. I feel for the Kaizer Chiefs faithfuls because they spend cold nights going to support their team, and some of them going as far from KZN to watch a game here in FNP. So I feel for them, but truth must be told, the management didn't sit very well and identify the person that is fit to take those reins. If you look at their history, once again, Kaizer Chiefs used to attract players, World Cup winners, AFCON winners. That is why they have this crowd till today. Because Ubabu Kaizer, ushintsha kuluvu. So, Uti, in order to grow, I need fans. But now, imali, because of the silverware, but they also get this money from their fans, So I think Itlapien's a very bad decision in taking Steve Komphela. And Komphela, I take my hands off. He's a very good coach, but the platform with Kaizer Chiefs wasn't the right time,
So you're saying Komphela should go. Who's
Yes.
the perfect guy to replace him? There's been obviously speculations that Luke Amel, who's doing a fantastic job at Free State Stars, could be the one that could replace him. And if that happens, personally, I see him going back to Free State Stars, Steve Komphela, that is. But who's the perfect man you think should take over after Komphela?
They must go for Gavin Hunt.
Gavin Hunt,
They must go for Igasant.
the two.
Yes, because now, what Chiefs did now, Chiefs were known for going for coach by
Overseas.
Europeans and stuff, I mean, today they know about Utoleza, it's because of Chiefs. They know about Ted Dimitro because of Chiefs. And those people, Bahambela, they bachale something in the country and also got something out of us. But now Chiefs wanted to change this whole direction to say, now let's invest in our own. Unfortunately, it was Steve Komphela. But I think if sebeqalele culture, they must continue. They must take someone from local, and I think Gavin Hunt will be the person. They must give him time. Nakho kunye okumele bakwenze. Give him time.
Well, I'm glad that you spoke about it. So, do you agree with him that Steve Komphela should be replaced by either Gavin Hunt or Gordon Nickerson? Gordon Nickerson hasn't had a club ever since Bamxosha ku Highlands Park. So we don't know if he's good enough to come back to a club like Kaizer Chiefs. But tell us what you know. Just leave your comments below and let us know, who do you think will be the perfect guy to replace Steve Komphela at the end of the season, should he leave? Because we don't know whether he's leaving or not. But before we finish off this segment, I'm glad that you touched on Stuart Baxter, who's now the national team coach.
Yes.
But what does it mean for South African football? I mean, you're talking about Kaizer Chiefs appointing Steve Komphela. That was the first time in a very long time that they have appointed a local coach. Does this show that at a club like Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns, Orlando Pirates, the big boys, do they depend too much on foreign coaches rather than local coaches?
You know, I'm a proudly South African, you know, and I believe in that we must support one another, you know. And in some of these things that are happening, especially in the football community, it shows that we are not a nation that believes in one another and we don't work together. That is why you find, I mean, in a team like Kaizer Chiefs, you want a local coach. They must spot someone who manages through the rankings from Gwigwi youth development to NFD, if that matter, to say we want you in our team to coach these boys, you know, take pride in our local talent. So if they set a trend of relying in foreign coaches, so they must really try hard to say no. Let's trust our own. Yes.
All right, there you have it, Kaizer Chiefs fans. Do you want Steve Komphela to stay or do you want him to go? That's what we want to know from you. He's had his view. He says he should go. I'm personally of the view that they should give him more time, more because the club hasn't really done fantastic business in the transfer window. But that's just my opinion. Your opinion matters. Do give us your comment and like the video as usual. Thanks a lot for tuning in.